And welcome back to the Sports Source. Happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas from Joe Special and the whole team at Madisonville Marine. They're going to be opening back up on January 3rd because they get a long, full holiday break, and they hope you have a long, happy holiday break in your home from Madisonville Marine. All right, let's take a look at our poll results. And, buddy, this, I can tell it is Christmas Eve because you finished 13th in recruiting. And 78% say God bless us everyone, and only 22% say bah humbug. Yeah, I didn't anticipate that today. So everybody's in the Christmas spirit today. All right, we are back. It's Will Overstreet, Mike Stoll, Marlon Walls, Will West, and we got Bob Hodge over at the YP board next to our Christmas tree. And what we're going to be doing here is ranking the 12 quarterbacks, top 12 quarterbacks in terms of total yardage, passing and rushing. We've placed them in alphabetical order, so nobody has any idea, except in their mind, who did what in terms of yardage or wins. And you can grade it any way you want. Best quarterback is all we're looking for. Bob, I'm going to start with you. Who out of those 12 guys, the top yardage guys of the last 24 years, whatever, since 2000, which of those guys is the best quarterback Tennessee's had?
I just don't think there's any argument. Hendon Hooker. I mean, he was a Heisman Trophy finalist or candidate right up until he breaks his leg. He led you to 11 wins with a team that nobody expected that. I just think Hendon Hooker is miles away from the rest.
Everybody agree with that? Can I make a case for Josh Dobbs, who was here for longer?
No, just under pressure, big games, he did stuff, and that's the difference.
Okay, very good. You heard it from Will Overstreet. I'm surprised it's not a Casey Clausen thing there. Hendon Hooker, the number one quarterback of the 2000s for Tennessee. All right, so we're to make this speed up, I'm going to go to Will Overstreet. Now the pressure's on. Do you put your old teammate at number 2, or is that Dobbs or Justin Worley, Quentin Dormady go on there? Who you going?
Yeah, there's lots of guys there. I think I'd have to go. I think it's a tough one, but I would go with Josh Dobbs. Just playmaking ability. Put him with a different set of coaching staff and a different team, and you're going to have a very different result. Right. And I think Butch Jones hurt him and hurt his career here. So I think if you had him on a different set of teams, he's the guy that comes in as the second best.
All right, let's see. Does everybody agree with Josh Dobbs as number 2?
I would have put Casey Clausen there because I think Dobbs was competing with the South Carolinas of the world. Clausen was winning bigger games, and I think that to me would have weighed more than the physical ability that Josh Dobbs had.
Okay, Marlon, you a Dobbs guy?
I'm a Dobbs guy. I think if he had a better supporting cast or used in the right direction, we'd be talking a little bit more about it.
Tennessee's program was in a different place when Casey Clausen was playing versus Dobbs as well.
Absolutely.
I think Dobbs did more for Tennessee than maybe Clausen did.
And yeah. Now, he had 2 tremendous running backs with him, but they never put them on the field at the same
One
time.
that we didn't know about.
All right, so number 1, we got
the rookie of the year. We only got 7 touches a game too.
All right, now this will be interesting. Who's number 3 on this list? Who's number 3? And that goes to Mike Stoll. Mike, who's the third best quarterback?
Yeah, I think this one's probably going to be Casey Clausen. I see what he's done and kind of how he came out and what he did early in the 2000s. I think he's number 3.
All right, we got a Casey Clausen. Everybody there with Casey?
Absolutely.
Casey Clausen, number 3 of the 2000s. We are going until we hit Joe Milton. So I know he's not going to be last. So, all right. Next will be Marlon Walls. Who are you going with next? We got, hey, Bob, step out just for a second so Marlon can get a shot. There we go.
All right.
We got Ainge, Bray, your old teammate. Bray still on the board.
So I'm gonna go with Ainge just because he played in the SEC championship, played in some big games, some big wins under there. We know about the interception. We'll let that ride. I'm gonna go with Eric Ainge.
Had an interest in playing in bowl games, which some guys didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, EA goes up there. Eric Ainge is number 4 on the list. Number 5, Will West. You're gonna make the call next.
I would go Tyler Bray then. Then I would go Tyler Bray next behind Ainge.
Okay.
Oh.
I hated
No,
this.
I can't go with the guy that lost to Kentucky. That just eliminates you. You've had the streak going that long. You lose to an option quarterback that they played wide receiver for the entire year, and that week they put him at quarterback. That's hard for me to say that guy deserves to be on there.
Okay,
well, full body of work though, right?
It's a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Well, then here's the question: is it then Joe Milton?
I would put Joe Milton there.
No, I'm out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bray versus Milton for the 5th slot. Will West, you're going Bray.
Yeah,
Marlon?
definitely go
Bray.
Bray.
I'm with Willie Snowcloud here. I got to think maybe, it's a toss-up, but maybe Joe Milton for what he had around him and what he was trying to do.
Bray had a long pro
Yeah.
career. I think Bray was probably a better player. I didn't particularly like Bray. Bob, I'll let you decide it. Where are you going? Milton
You
or
know,
Bray?
Don't forget the back tat.
the Kentucky thing
Oh,
killed
yeah,
me,
that
but
back
yes,
tattoo.
overall talent and performance, I think Bray. If you put Bray in this system, I think Tennessee's better off this year
no doubt.
Yep,
than
there
if
you go.
they had Milton.
There you go. But I will say Milton doesn't have that back tattoo that
Unless
I
he
know of.
decides not to play.
All right, so there you go. But Tyler Bray is number 5 on our list, and there we've ranked it. Of the 2000s, Joe Milton is number 6.
What about Garantano?
Do we agree that I was about to say? Does Joe Milton rank ahead of Rick Clausen, Jonathan Crompton, Justin Worley, Matt Sims, Jarrett Garantano, and Quentin Dormady?
Crompton had one good year.
He did have a good year.
with Lane Kiffin.
No, I would
Well, it
go.
took till like
He had
week
like
7
a-
though for
he
him
had a good
to
half
figure
year.
it out.
Good half.
but I would go Milton. But the reason I wouldn't not say anything about Jarrett Garantano, has any quarterback ever been hit like Jarrett Garantano in his career at the University of
No,
Tennessee?
his body was
I think he
We-
left here shell shocked.
And there was one of those shows we queued up. I found that old shot of the black and white footage of the guy at the circus getting hit in the gut with a cannon. Remember that? It was like, this is Jarrett Garantano. But there we go. So Hendon Hooker, the best quarterback since 2000 for Tennessee. Josh Dobbs, number 2. Casey Clausen, number 3. Who did we have number 4? Eric Ainge,
Eric
number
Ainge.
4. Tyler Bray, number 5. Joe Milton, number 6. All right, very good. When we come back, do our guys pull for or against SEC teams in bowl games? And we'll get their answers to why. Then we'll take a look at the SEC bowl schedule. We still got plenty more Citrus Bowl stuff to dig into. Come on back on the Sports Source.